Hello and welcome to another episode of Simple Story Seer with your host, Joshua Motes. And today we have a super special guest with us. Yep, that's right. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's the bowler hat. Yes, he's back from the dead. He actually wasn't dead at all. He was out into space, fighting aliens, going like whoosh, 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 and destroying all their super alien ships. And he also ate some chicken teriyaki sandwiches because those are pretty good. And maybe a little Chipotle here and there. Who knows? And after all of that, he came home, and he's right there. But he's not important. What's important is today's story. Yes. Today's story is called Ahoy, Frog. Yes, that's right, it deals with pirates. If you didn't get what I was insinuating, obviously. Yarr! Pirates! Yes, we're gonna deal with pirates today. And, of course, what's a good pirate crew without the captain first? Yes, the captain of our story was none other than Captain Awesomebeard. And he had a really, really awesome beard. Obviously, because he's Captain Awesomebeard. And what else went with his awesome beard, you may be wondering? Well, he was also missing an eye, which most pirate captains, or at least one of the pirate crew, do. But instead of an eye patch, he got his replaced with a super awesome mechanical eye that went like zzz, 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 and yeah, it shot out lasers like pshoo, 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 pshoo. It analyzed doop 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 doop. And he had to get his eye replaced because of a horrible pickle jar incident which left his eye badly damaged and scarred around the area. It was so horrible. I don't even want to talk about it or think about it, really. Now, he got into another accident involving an escalator, and that's how he lost his leg, and he got it replaced with a mechanical peg leg. Yes, he could have gotten replaced with, like, a mechanical leg, no peg included, just a leg. That would have been fine. Why a peg leg? That's really impractical if you think about it. But I guess it's pretty cool. I had a cup holder installed into it. Could also shoot out lasers. Yeah, I guess I can live with that. Yeah, so that was Captain Awesomebeard. But what's a Captain Awesomebeard without a Captain Awesome crew? And he had 3 members of this crew, exactly. First was a very old bony guy called Kernal. And he was really weird. He was old, bony, he was crazy in the head. And Kernal, he manned the cannons, of course. And he shot out the cannonballs like shh, and the cannonballs, they went zoom, and then and they killed everyone, including innocent people. And that's why you don't want to get on Kernal's bad side, because you know that Kernal's going to kill you. Anyway, other than Kernal, there was the big, strong, buff guy named Baboomba. And Baboomba, he manned the giant minigun. And he gunned down anyone who dared to get close to his ship, who wasn't obviously one of the crew or someone they could trust. He was like, yep, they killed everyone, and the blood splattered everywhere, and everything, pretty much. And of course, the last one was TR-58. What was TR-58? Well, it's basically a giant brain in a container. Isn't that interesting? Yep, a giant brain in a container. It had psychic powers. It could light things on fire. It could freeze things solid. And it could make things move through the air really fast. And it could read your mind. Yep. TR, whatever number I just said, he was very, very powerful. But at the same time, he was very, very creepy. He's a giant brain in a container, basically. And the crew, they were like, I don't want to kind of hang out with this guy, you know what I mean? And so, the solution to their problem was magic marker, obviously. And they drew on this little container tube thingy thing. They drew like a mustache here, a little eye patch here, maybe a little heart right there, and maybe a little XO. And it was all humorous and funny, and they laughed for like 5 hours. But then it wasn't really fun anymore. And those are all the crewmates. Now, what were they doing, you may be asking? Well, cat was leaving, if you were wondering why it looked that way. Anyway, the crew, they were on their ship, of course. What's a pirate ship crew without a crew pirate ship? Who knows? I don't. And they were going through the city, destroying everything in their path. Of course, Kernal manning the cannons, destroying every building he saw. And you may be wondering why they're not, like, on the ocean or something. Well, that's because this is the future, where ships go on cities. Because that's what they do. And whoa, I am exhausted from telling this story. That's a very manly, powerful story. Anyway, along their city destruction, they were looking for treasure, by the way. They managed to see a very tall building in the distance. And when they looked out, using, well, of course, Captain Awesomebeard's super awesome mechanical eye, he saw that there was a woman on that giant building, and she was about to jump. Oh no, we can't have women killing themselves, not when they can be part of the pirate crew. And so Captain Awesomebeard was like, away! And his crew was like, aye, aye, Captain. And they went, and they got to this building in time, and the girl jumped, and it was all dramatic, and she was like, oh no! And then she fainted while she was falling. And Captain Awesomebeard was like, I'll save you! Jump! And he catches her just as she's about to hit his deck. And he saves her. Whew. Yes, very exhausting tale indeed. And after he saved her, everyone was applauding and cheering. And then, the crewmates, they were kind of talking, laughing a little bit, like, well, who gets her when she wakes up, if you know what I mean. And of course, Captain Awesomebeard, he wasn't going to deal with that behavior. He was like, crew, stop being such imbeciles. We have to ask her when she wakes up who she wants to be with, duh. And they were like, oh yeah, we should probably get her permission to do something like that. Even though pirates don't usually do that, they just do whatever they want. And Captain Awesomebeard is like, duh. And so they waited for the damsel to finally wake up, and she's like, oh, what in the hell happened? The pirate crew was like, oh, you jumped off a giant building and you were about to die and we saved you. Just like, wait, what? I'm alive? And the crew's like, well, of course you're alive. We catched you. Or caught. We're not good with grammar. And she's like, no, you were supposed to let me die. And Captain Awesomebeard was like, why? You're a pretty person girl thing. She's like, I know I'm a pretty person girl thing, but... well, at 4 p.m. on my 18th birthday, I'm supposed to turn into a giant demon frog that's going to destroy the entire city. And that's why I decided to jump off the building and kill myself, so I don't do that. And Captain Awesomebeard is like, wait, what? And he looks at his watch, but he sees that it's destroyed because the woman somehow hit his watch on the way down and it broke. So they just all turned to TR, whatever his number was, and they asked him the time, and he was like, time? What is time? Time is so subjective, so relative. And then they hit him on the container a few times, and he's like, okay, fine, it's 4 p.m. And they're like, oh no! And then the woman, she was like, and then she turned into a giant demon frog that somehow got off the ship before this, so the ship wasn't destroyed at all. And the demon frog was like, and they're like, oh crap, Kernal, can you shoot cannons at the guy? And the Kernal's like, and he manned the cannons. He shot cannonball after cannonball, but it just wasn't hurting the demon frog. It was just bouncing off into random directions. And one accidentally hit Kernal, and he exploded and died in billion chunks. And Captain Awesomebeard was like, oh shit! And then, of course, Baboomba, he had to be the big hero, and he gets his minigun. He's like, I'm not gonna let this demon frog kill us all, rah! And he shot off 1 billion bullets right into the demon frog's eyes. But what he didn't know was that shooting bullets into Demon Frog's eyes actually made it stronger. And the Demon Frog lashed out his tongue. He caught Baboomba, and he tossed him so high into the air that when he fell back down, he exploded, and his guts went everywhere and blood. And of course, that also damaged the ship. And Captain Awesomebeard's like, why do you keep damaging my ship and killing my crewmates, but especially damaging my ship? And the Demon Frog said, ribbit, because it's just a frog. And then, of course, there was lastly the brain. And the brain was like, don't worry, I can take care of this. And he was like, and then he used his super, super awesome psychic skills to set the frog on fire. But what he didn't know was that the Demon Frog was fireproof, of course. What is wrong with the stupid Demon Frog not being able to get killed by anything? And so, of course, the Demon Frog was fine. And it sent out, well, yeah, it shot out its other eyeball. Not the eyeball that absorbs the bullets and makes it stronger, but its other eyeball. It shot out like a cannonball, just like Kernal shot a cannonball out at it. And when it hit the ship, it just splattered all over the place. And all the information coming into the brain at once from this giant splattered eye in the ship was too much to handle, and so the brain exploded inside his tank. And yeah, that's pretty much how the end of Captain Awesomebeard's crew happened. It's like, wow, my crew is dead, my ship's ruined and splattered with giant Demon Frog eye. Oh God, it's not good. And then he got really angry. He was like, I'm gonna take you down, Demon Frog, no matter what I do. And of course he grabbed some random rope he had on the ship, and then he jumped out in a victorious stance. And it was all cool. There was like a slow-mo effect right before he got to the frog. It was like, and then it suddenly got faster. And of course his whole ship collapsed behind him, which was unfortunate. But the good news, with the rope he had just grabbed, he fastened it around the Demon Frog's, well, mouth. And through that, he was able to tame the Demon Frog. And now he had a new giant Demon Frog ship. He's like, whoa, this is a more awesome ship than I used to have. Now all those boys in high school can't hurt me anymore, telling me that I have to be a pirate because I have a long beard. And that's why he was Captain Awesomebeard, because he was bullied into it. And that's why he got a peg leg instead of a mechanical leg. He should have got a mechanical leg, I'm telling you. And basically after that, Captain Awesomebeard was like, haha, I'm gonna go destroy everything and get all the treasure with my giant Demon Frog of Awesome. And that's what he did, going out into the sunset, hopping and hopping and hopping. And that's the end of our story. I've got to learn to settle down and not read, well, I'm not reading, say things so fast, because I exhaust myself. But it was an exciting tale. I had to get all my emotion out into the open, and that's what I did. So, I hope you enjoyed the story, Ahoy Frog. And, well, until next time, stay safe, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. That would be nice, thank you. And share, of course. And salutations. See you next time.